Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of my periorbital aging and rejuvenation series. This is the second of 3 videos. Today we're going to be talking about the skin component, skin aging, crepiness, wrinkles, sagging, and treatments and prevention. And next week will be the last video, which will address dark circles and again, causes and treatments. So before I get going, if you're new, welcome. I'd love it if you left me a comment. It's fun to interact with you guys and get to know you and build this skincare community. It's really enjoyable. I'm having so much fun with it, so I'd love to have my channel grow. Skin aging can be broken down into 2 categories. Number 1 is going to be the environment around us that causes skin aging regardless of our age and our natural metabolic processes. That would be the sun, pollution, wind, harsh climates, everything that's outside of us. And then the other aspect of aging is going to be just the natural aging process of our bodies. So those are the 2 categories that we're gonna dive into today. In last week's video, which I will link down below, I mentioned that as we age, we lose the volume in our face due to fat loss. The fat pads shrink and get smaller. And I also mentioned that the bone resorbs or becomes smaller, it shrinks down, making our eye socket larger, causing laxity and hollowing of the eyes, and the treatments that can be done for that. Now, once you've treated that, you can still have wrinkles and crepiness and sagging of the skin and be dissatisfied that you still see those signs of aging. So that's what we're going to address today. Let's start with the natural aging process, and then we'll get to the environmental causes later. As we age, we begin to produce less collagen and elastin. We also begin to produce less growth factors in the skin. So in a sense, everything starts slowing down. And the prevention to that would be, while we are still young and producing all of that, but in our 20s, slowly starting to make just a little bit less collagen than we did in our teens and early 20s, we can start encouraging our skin to keep up that collagen production. And the way to do that is to either stimulate the collagen production, which can be done with retinol or tretinoin, retinoic acid, which is the tried and true product that has been proven for over 20 years to stimulate collagen production. And just to quickly mention the other benefits of using retinoids, other than stimulation of collagen and elastin production, include speeding up that cell turnover. So the time it takes from a cell to be born to the time it sloughs off your face. Little kids have a very quick turnover rate of 28 days. And as we age, the cells slow down, the skin slows down, and that cell turnover really lags behind. And that's why we can get sort of a thicker, more leathery appearance to the skin. So this helps us kind of keep it young. And also retinoids help reduce hyperpigmentation. A lot of people are very, very nervous about starting a retinoid around the eye area. And I will give you 2 ways to go about it depending on where on your skincare journey you are. If you are using a prescription strength tretinoin and you're starting on that, hopefully if you start on that, you're going to start at the lowest concentration of 0.025%. If you already use tretinoin but have not applied any of it to the eye area, what you can do is just apply it to the face, and then if you apply an eye cream after your tretinoin application to the face, you can sort of bring up a little bit from the face into the eye area, and that's how you would start a really, really low concentration of the tretinoin that was applied to the face, just transferring over to the eye area. And you can also start that once a week and then move it up to twice a week, and eventually, if your skin is retinized and you're really adapted to the tretinoin, you should be able to pretty much use it around the eyes. You never ever want to put it on the eyelid. That's never the goal, but that's where you can get to with regular use of tretinoin, assuming you don't have a sensitivity to it. Some people are never able to achieve this. Now, if you're one of those people who can't achieve it, or you're too nervous to use tretinoin because of the side effects of dryness and redness and peeling and all those things, you can use an eye cream, or you can use a face cream that has a retinol in it. The new IMAX from SkinBetter Science is a phenomenal retinol product. If you like the Alpha Red that SkinBetter Science has come out with a couple of years ago, if you like that product on the face, you will likely love this IMAX product. What is fantastic about it is, even though they don't state the concentration of Alpha Red in the product, it's about the same number on the ingredient list. So I'm guessing it's a similar concentration to the face product. It may be slightly lower, but the eye cream is absolutely packed full of excellent hydrators. And so it is probably one of the richest eye creams I know of, and I actually really, really love it. The way I use it is I will use the IMAX and I will add just a drop of tretinoin to it just to boost up the strength, because a retinol is never going to be as strong as a tretinoin. That's why tretinoin causes the side effects of the redness and the burning and the peeling and those types of things. So if you want to, you can start off with the IMAX. If you do really well, you can always add a little bit of a stronger tretinoin, but literally a drop, not a pea-sized amount, but just a tiny, tiny bit. So I will either use the IMAX, or I will use the IMAX and add just a tiny bit of tretinoin to it. And the importance of antioxidants in the periorbital area is just as important as putting antioxidants on the rest of your face. However, we have to be more mindful of the sensitivity and the delicate nature of the area of the skin around the eyes. If you use L-ascorbic acid as your vitamin C, that may be too irritating for the eye area. L-ascorbic acid has to be at an acidic pH, and many people are too sensitive to put that on their skin. So then esters come into play, and they're a good substitute for L-ascorbic acid. And esters can safely be placed in the eye area, and you can use either an eye cream that has antioxidants in it or an eye serum that has antioxidants in it, vitamin C and many others. You know, there's so many antioxidants right now that are popular. I don't use a specific antioxidant formulation around the eye area. What I use is the SkinBetter Alto, which contains 19 antioxidants, including a vitamin C ester. And when I apply it to my face, I just always carry it or distribute it up to the eye area and over the orbital bone. So that is my antioxidant for the eye and the face. Other products that can be used to rejuvenate the eye area are peptides. My favorite peptide product is the SkinBetter Interfuse. And the reason I love that product is because the peptides are large. They're not chopped up into tiny little amino acids. They're actually large molecules, but they're coated with a lipid coating that helps these peptides penetrate into the skin. The Interfuse Eye peptides come from a cone snail, and this formulation also contains jojoba esters, niacinamide, yeast extract, and coffee extract for depuffiness. So it's sort of an overall comprehensive eye cream. Another company at a much more affordable price point that has really good peptide serums is the Timeless brand. They have the Matrixyl Synth 6, which contains 6 different peptides, and another serum called Coenzyme Q, which not only contains Coenzyme Q, but also Matrixyl 3000, as well as glycerin and vitamin E. And these products can also be safely put around the eye area, and they're much more affordable. Another eye cream that I really, really like is the Alastin Restorative Eye Complex. And that one I love because Alastin has this Trihex technology, and what that does is the cream penetrates into the skin and it activates enzymes that clear away old broken down collagen and elastin, and they help synthesize, or they stimulate the synthesis of new healthy collagen and elastin. So that's a great cream. That's the one I always use after procedures like lasers or any kind of skin resurfacing procedures. And you can combine it with retinoids so that you are clearing out the old collagen, helping to stimulate collagen and elastin from the eye cream. And then you're also helping stimulate collagen and elastin from the retinoid side. So, you know, the more, the merrier, the better. So that's another eye cream I really like. After eye creams, you could use growth factors, but again, with growth factors, it's just really hard to know whether it's an actual growth factor that's working on your skin or whether it's another ingredient in the product that's beneficial. So I think that growth factors are sort of a luxury item. If you have the money and you want to splurge, it may add benefit to your skincare, but I would never put it in the essential category. If I was to give you the essentials, I would say sunscreen and retinoids, always. If you just use those, you will be so far ahead of the game than if you skip those and focus on other products. When it comes to hydration, I would split this up into the richness of a product and literally just the hydrating properties of the product. So if you have a very rich face cream, which is delicate, you can absolutely use it around the eye. You do not need to buy an eye cream. But if you're a fan of eye creams and you want a specific one, you can use a rich formulation. The richest eye cream I use is going to be the IMAX, even though it has a retinoid in it. The one that I love the most, which is not an eye cream, but I use it religiously around the eye, is the Skin Better Lines. That is a hyaluronic acid product. It has 5 different kinds of hyaluronic acid molecules that are coated in that fatty lipid that helps the hyaluronic acid penetrate deeper into the skin. And I absolutely love this product because it isn't greasy, but it isn't rich, but it is so incredibly hydrating. And I think in part it's the topical of what goes on the skin, but I also think in part it's probably that some of that hyaluronic acid actually does penetrate into the skin. So it plumps and it hydrates, and it's probably, if I had to choose just one eye product, it would be that one. That's basically the skincare for the natural aging process, to speed up collagen production, to speed up cell turnover, basically to speed us up to be like little kids. Now to the environments. The primary causes of skin damage from the environment are the sun and pollution. So my response to that is a broad spectrum sunscreen. I have a lot of videos on sunscreen that I will link down below for my favorite sunscreens. The ones I recommend have antioxidants for pollution protection, and they're mineral and non-nano sunscreens. So I will link some videos for you guys down below if you're interested in that. And now let's move on to procedures or devices you can use to reverse the signs of aging. In the eye area, you could use an LED lamp. They come with little goggles. You can put those just on the actual eyelid and do light therapy. LED light does help stimulate collagen. The thing with the devices is that you really do need to use them regularly to see results. So if you can get in the regimen or the habit of doing this regularly, a couple of times a week or even every night, then you will see more benefit from it for sure. Another device is a microcurrent, like the, oh my gosh, I forgot the name, NuFace? Yeah, the NuFace. It has a special attachment. If you buy the large size, it has a special attachment so you can actually get the microcurrent on the eyelid. And I don't have it, I don't use that. I do have the mini, and I find it's just fine. I can roll up to here, and then I can use the 2 balls and I can sort of go around my eyebrow. So I think that the large size with all those attachments isn't necessary, but if you're interested in that, that is available. And last but not least is going in for procedures. So eye rejuvenation at a doctor's office would include laser resurfacing like Clear and Brilliant or Fraxel or a CO2 laser, where the laser actually causes microthermal damage to the skin, which causes the repair mechanisms to kick in and make more collagen and elastin. So that's a great way to do it. So lasers are an option, and you can alternate what you do. If you choose to do laser resurfacing, it depends. If you do a Clear and Brilliant, it's such a light laser that those are, 3 to 4 of those are equal to 1 Fraxel, and then 2 to 3 Fraxels are equal to 1 CO2. So it's hard to say how many times a year you should do laser resurfacing, because it really depends on the laser you choose. But I would say someone in their 20s generally wouldn't need to do anything more than maybe once a year or even once every 2 years. Once you're in your 30s, I would say once a year is really being ahead of the game, and that's a really fantastic regimen. And in your 40s, you could do it twice a year or maybe even up to 3 times a year. It sort of depends on your skin condition. The other energy-based device you can do is radio frequency treatments like Viora RF or Thermage. Those basically heat the tissues deep inside, and the heating process causes the skin to build more collagen and elastin. The only downside of radio frequency devices is they can sometimes melt the fat away as well. And this is one area where you really want to keep the fat. But I think that's more of a risk with radio frequency microneedling, because the needles can go quite deep. But if you're just doing radio frequency, the risk of that is lower. And then, of course, the tried and true Botox injection to relax any sort of lines or wrinkles. That's an in-office procedure as well. Botox injection or neurotoxin injections usually last up to 3 months, and you can use them to relax your crow's feet. And here you generally don't want to inject. You can inject a little bit here to get a brow lift if that's something you're interested in, but that's another option for relaxing lines and wrinkles around the eyes. Other changes you can make include just your lifestyle changes. So I find taking collagen peptides really affects my body. I can tell the difference. I know the research is really out, so I would say if you're on the fence about it, buy a container, try it, see if it works for you. Usually you don't notice so much that there's a change while you're using it. What you notice is that there's a negative change when you stop using it. So you can give it a try and see what you think. Other lifestyle changes would include sleeping on your back, which is something I can't do, but a lot of people train themselves to sleep on their back so they don't get a smushed face and they don't get lines on their face. Silk pillowcases can help because they don't tug on the skin. They're more of a slippery substance, so they're more delicate on your skin. So you could consider that to protect your skin. And that is about all I can think of for today. Take what you will from this. Leave me a comment. Let me know which of these you never do, or you already do, or you can't live without. I would love to know. I told you my favorite creams. I do use the microcurrent, but not regularly enough. I do love my LED light because I find it relaxing. I do pull tretinoin up to around my eyes, not every night. Some nights I just use the IMAX because I really do love that one. In the daytime, Lines would be my favorite product, but I do alternate between that and the Elastin eye cream and the Interfuse eye cream as well. And I don't sleep on my back. I do have a pretty good diet, and I do have pillowcases that are silk, but I don't always use them. So that's my confession. Let me know what you guys do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. I forgot to add to my confession, I do use a little bit of Botox in the crow's feet. So that's another thing I do, and I love. Tried and true. Bye.